Yo, yo, yo. Hope everybody can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me adjust this camera real quick. Hey, family, man. I'm here. This is the first time I'm going live. I am taking myself out of my comfort zone, and we're going to go live on YouTube. Hey, it's Run Authentic with Antoine Smalls, man. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Um, Dude, man, I'm so excited. Now I'm back home, finally back home from my army training, got the studio set up. Man, we just gonna continue to rock out, to have conversations, uncomfortable conversations at times. And this is one of them, right? This morning I'm working. I'm working this morning and I'm listening to Kevin Samuels, one of Kevin Samuels is videos. And this young lady talked about how she met a guy, she moved to his home, a few states away, and they wanted to move forward in their relationship. But about 2 weeks after, she got back to the house, his house, he didn't want to no longer be in that relationship. And Unc, I call Unc Kevin Samuels. Unc, he responded by saying, ladies, we need to stop moving in with men, until they commit, till they propose, so that you get married. And it became an interesting topic because I end up, going to Facebook and really putting that quote on Facebook. And I've gotten so many responses from it. And I just wanted to have a discussion, because, one thing I always hear is people say, let people live a life and everyone has a choice. And that's absolutely true. I don't judge anyone that chooses to do whatever they want to do and live a life the way that they want to live. However, we need to be honest and intentional with the information that we provide because we want the best outcome for everybody, for every family, for every home. We want the best outcomes so that our children and our children's children can be successful and be healthy and whole, right? So, you know, I went and basically stated, like, I absolutely agree. Women, stop shacking up with men before he commits to you. Men, stop shacking up with women until you want to move forward in a marriage situation because we have this thing called house that we play as people now. For whatever reason, it is acceptable for you to move in with a man before you're married. There was a time where that wasn't acceptable. There was a time where that was frowned upon in the society, but for some apparent reason in our society now, we choose to basically do, what we want to do, right? And again, if you choose to go down that route, that's cool. However, I'm just getting to the details of this because, you know, this is a topic that we need to really discuss. We need to come to a conclusion about shacking up and having broken families and broken homes. And just a little background, I was raised in Philadelphia, as you guys already know. I come from a broken home. My mom and my father were not married, right? And the definition of a broken home is this: a family in which a mother and father are separated or divorced, meaning you're not married. Mother, father, not married, not in the same household. That is defined as a broken home, people. Broken home. And we're going to get into the statistics and talk about why it's so important for a man and a woman to be in the same household. Why it's important for a mother and father to be married and in the same household, right? So let's just talk about something real quick. Why is this important? This is so important because the families and the children that come from broken homes are negatively affected so drastically in every way, shape, or form. And I'm gonna bring out the stats in a little bit, but our communities also have been ravished by drugs, crime, and more and more and more broken homes. Why? Because we want to live our lives, because we want to do what we want to do, because I love him and I love her, and I just want to, be friends with you in a home and I'm going to act like I'm married, but I'm really not married. I'm really not, like, I'm not committed to you. I don't have a covenant with God and vows and marriage to you, but I'm going to just choose to lay next to you every day and basically do what marriage people do every day instead of really committing to a marriage. And then what ends up happening is now you have kids, right? And now something happens in that relationship and it's easy to just walk away. It's easy to just bounce, right? And now we have children growing up in a home with a father not there, or a mother taking on that responsibility, or a father just choose to leave and not be a part of the kid's life in general, right? So we have kids growing up in this dysfunctional situation, and they now move to their life, and they end up doing the same thing that you did, right? But let's back up for a second. I just want to say, who's ultimately responsible for this? I don't care. They're not going to like it. It's men. Absolutely, 1000% responsible. It's men. Now, why is that the case? It's very easy. God created man to be the leader. We are ultimately responsible. He created Adam and gave him patriarch over the land, the animals, his home, work, and he created a woman to be his helpmate. When Adam messed up in the garden, God didn't go to Eve. He went to Adam. Because the responsible party here, now understand, women, understand, you have fault here too, right? You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into that a little bit later, but you have fault here too. But males, it's no excuses here. Men, God created you to be the leader, to be the provider, the protector, the minister of your home, basically to lead the family, right? And when we choose to go about our business in a dysfunctional way, women move with us, right? And if you was the right way, and if you was going about things correctly, then obviously your woman, right, would move with you, or she won't, and then you kick rocks and tell her to go about her business. But ultimately, the leader, the tone setter, is supposed to be men. It is no way, shape, or form around it. You can't try to deflect it. It is what it is. Men, you are ultimately responsible for the family. And until we get back to men taking responsibility and being accountable for the decisions that we make, the families will be broken. Now, yes, understand, women. Understand. Because close your legs. Stop getting involved with these trash bags. If you want to know what a trash bag is, go back and watch one of my videos that's titled Trash Bag. Get yourself a man that actually honors you with your body, your mind, and your spirit. That actually is going to sit down and actually work, care about your growth and your purity, and actually move with you as a leader in the right way. Women, you choose to open up your legs. You choose to go and move in with that man. You choose to have a child, even though you know that he's not fully committed to you. You choose to ravishly, basically create broken homes. But understand, God didn't come to you. God doesn't come to you as the responsible party. Understand, there's two different things. We both have fault here, but God goes to the man and says, bro, this is your fault. This is your fault. You're the leader here. You're the responsible party. You're the person that I hold ultimately responsible for the fact that we have homes here and children growing up in insane environments. Insane environments. So how about we start off with holding ourselves accountable? Hey, I'm always going to be accountable for me, right? I'm divorced. It's my fault. I mean, there's no way, shape, or form. Like, there's just no way about it. I'm divorced. I'm a divorced man. It's my fault. I am responsible for the result and the dysfunction that went on in my marriage. I'm responsible. God holds me responsible. Yes, were there things that happened on both ends? Of course it did. But that's not my point. My point is the responsibility for the failure is mine. Right? So let's not get it twisted here. No one's placing blame. No one is trying to deflect here. We're taking responsibility here, first and foremost, on Real and Authentic with Antoine Smalls. Men, you will be held responsible. You will take responsibility, or you won't. You just won't have any type of no clout here. You can't pass that You can't pass the buck onto a woman. It's your job to set that tone. It's your job to say no, no, babe, you can't move here until we are married. And you know what? We're moving towards marriage because we're living intentionally so that our children, our future children, don't grow up in dysfunction. That's your responsibility. I'm engaged again. And my significant other is not moving in my house until we married. Facts. I learned from my mistakes, right? I take accountability for my actions, right? And we move forward and we learn and we grow. I didn't grow up with a dad that was married. I just wasn't. Unfortunately, my dad never got married, and still to this day is not married. Not my. I'm not gonna get into that. That's not really my business. But what I know was factual is that it never happened, right? So I didn't grow up with the understanding, or I'm sorry, I did grow up with the understanding that it was supposed to go this way, and I actually did go that way. It's just that my marriage failed. But my son grew up with a mother and a father the first whatever amount of years of his life in the same household. And now we do have a broken family, and it kills me to know that my son is growing up the same way that I grew up. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. The only thing that we can do now is move forward and basically tell our children and show our children, hey, this is the way it's supposed to be. And broken homes is not the way. It is not the way. Our children are suffering. Our communities are suffering. Our country is suffering. And if you want to change your community, if you want to change your county, if you want to change your state, if you want to change your block, you start with the home. You start with the home. Right? So why is this important? I got some statistics. I can't even say that word right. I got some stats for y'all, man. I got some stats for y'all, and I just want to put this out there. And this is my first live video. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep growing together. Just stay with me for a second. 90% of all homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. 85% of all children who show behavior issues and disorders come from broken homes. 80% of all rapists with anger problems come from broken homes. 71% of all high school dropouts come from broken homes. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? Why are we doing this to our children? Why are we doing this to our grandchildren? Do we even care, man? Yeah, I just want to live my life. Everyone's situation is different. Let people live. What? Look. The day I became a father, everything that I wanted became secondary. Now it's about my child and my grandchildren. It's about my future children and their children. And if no one's going to do it, it will be me. I will speak on family and why it's not working. And yes, I got people that tell me, "Hey, marriage ain't all what it is," and there are families and marriage that are messed up and situated. Understand, understand. I'm not disputing any of that. I understand that marriage ain't easy, right? I understand that 50% of marriages end in divorce. I know. I'm part of that statistic, unfortunately. But let's not get it twisted here. If we go back to the foundation of the family and we say man and woman don't have sex before you get married, oh, we don't want to have that discussion. Don't have children until you're married. Don't move in with your spouse until you're married, and then move forward with your marriage. The vast majority of our community, of our families, of our states, of our counties, of our blocks, of wherever you live will be more successful. There will be less drugs, less crime, less kids with anger issues. There will be less females having children as teenagers because they don't have a father to show them their value. Can we really get into this? Can we really talk about how much impact it is on a boy to have a father to show him how to be a man in his home? I'm not talking about you being, a few blocks away. I'm not talking about you seeing your child on the weekends. I'm not talking about, you handling your responsibilities because you're supposed to handle your responsibilities. I'm talking about you, the mother and the father, married and in the home together. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Raising your child, raising their children with the balance of male and female, of father and mother, of masculinity and femininity. The balance between the nurture, the protector, the nurture, and the disciplinarian person. This is the balance between male and female is so important when it comes to children. We can't sit here and make it seem like, women can do it all. Yeah, you can try, right? Just like men can try too. But we realize and we understand that to be successful for our children, we need father and mother in the home together. For all of us out here that got broken homes that are just trying to do the best we can, hey, ain't nothing you can do. It is what it is. We made mistakes. It's fine. We have to now move our families forward, move our children forward so that they understand that, hey, this is how you're supposed to live. You, if you're a boy, you grow up being a man, you get your bag, you get the money, you get everything you need from a work standpoint, get a job, get your own, and move towards a relationship with a woman that is long lasting in marriage. If you're a young lady, grow as a young woman, become a great young feminine virtuous woman, and honor God with your life, align yourself with the man that God called in your life, get married, then have children. This is not hard. We make it difficult. We choose to do things the opposite way in an order that does not make sense because we just want to do what we want to do. And our communities are being just demolished because of it. I coach kids, right? And I volunteer to coach at a nonprofit organization in Philadelphia. And I watched a 9-year-old be the youngest of 6. I remember this like it was yesterday. We go pick up this kid to take him to his practice because, by the way, his father wasn't in his life and his mother had 6 other children, right? 5 other children. He was the youngest, and she couldn't just take him to basketball practice, right? So we go pick him up from basketball, to try to take him to basketball practice. He's sleeping on the porch. We asked him, why is he sleeping on the porch? He says, I didn't get in last night. I was trying to knock on the door. No one answered the door. My mom's not home. I watched this 9-year-old kid basically not have the support from his parents. His mom was all over the place doing what she had to do or whatever the case is, and the dad was nowhere to be found. He had anger issues. We had to try, we just coached him, trying to do the best we can with this kid, and he got better, right? My point is, it's messed up, man. It's so messed up, right? So messed up to watch our children have to grow up and deal with the sins of the fathers, the sins of the mothers, and that effect that it has on their future and the lack of direction that they have in their lives because of our decisions, because of the decisions of a man and a woman, because of the lack of responsibility from a male, and because of the lack of just purity and just respecting yourself as a woman, to not get involved with a man physically, or at least to a level of having a child until you're married, to stop shacking up and playing house like we playing games as a kid, where we making up that we're in a marriage together and we're just having children, and we're just not going to hold the value of a covenant and vows in marriage. We're not going to commit. We're just going to have kids, and we're just going to basically live out our lives in a very half-assed way. I said it, in a very half-assed way, without any type of real commitment from a man. And that's okay. We celebrate it too. I see it all the time on social media. We celebrate broken mess. We celebrate it. We celebrate it. Oh my goodness, she having a kid. Oh, he ain't even like commit to her. Tomorrow he gone. 2 years from now he gone. 5 years from now he gone. And women become bitter. Now we mad at the man because we chose to have a kid, and we not even married. We don't have any commitment. We mad. Take responsibility for the fact that you chose to have a kid. And man, take responsibility for the fact that you made a baby and you don't. We gotta be better. We gotta be better. We gotta be better. And I'm on here today for the first time. I didn't wake up this morning thinking I was going to go live on YouTube. I really didn't. I didn't wake up today, preparing to have a discussion about broken families. It literally just hit me. Like, you got to talk about this. You got to bring this to light. Why? Because someone needs to hear it. To my young men, I'm going to just end this. I'm going to end this like this. To my young men, have some discipline. And I know it's hard when you're a teenager. Man, I was there. I've been there. I get it. I do. In your early 20s, there is a serious, insane, drive, sexuality in this world, right? And when you become I'm like, these kids now, I don't know, but for me, when I became 14, 15 years old, 16, it was insane. And then you got peer pressure and things like that when it comes to boys and peers and things like that. But hey, man, to my young men, focus on your future, focus on your work, focus on your purpose. And we're gonna have a discussion on Friday about purpose, and we really gonna get into purpose. But focus on your purpose, your job, your work, your future. Leave these young chicks like, hey, it's cool to be friends. And we, you know what I mean? I had a high school sweetheart, and you know what I mean? It's cool to have those relationships, but I'm not going to be not realistic. If you're going to have sex, strap it up, bro. Strap it up. Strap it up. But focus on what you're supposed to be focused on. Get to the bag. Think about your future. If you're not ready to have children, don't stop. Let's stop having kids at a young age. Stop having kids when we're not married. Stop having kids when we're not ready for the responsibility, because your life is over until your child becomes an adult. For that 18, 19, 20 years or whatever amount of time it takes your child to mature enough to where he can leave your home, he or she can leave your home. Your child is the most important aspect of your life. I have a 7-year-old. Every decision I make is for him. Everything. Everything. And it won't end until he turned 18. And you know what? I'm going to have more kids because kids are a blessing. Now, I'm going to have them when I get married. Again. In short order, by the way, but I'm going to leave that one alone. To my young ladies, close your legs, man. I can't. There's no other way to say it. Close your legs. Have respect for yourself. Have respect for yourself. One of my good friends, she said, there's so many women out here, so many young girls that got no respect for themselves. No respect for themselves. You even willing to be the side chick. You willing to be the man's side chick? You got no value over yourself. And I'm sorry that something happened in your childhood. You might not have had your father to tell you that you are valuable, that you are pure, that you are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Right? But we respect. Men will treat you the way that you show them and allow them. Right? I'm not gonna curse out my fiance. First of all, she would clap back at me, but first and foremost, I just got too much respect. Like it's no way that will happen. She is my spouse. If you don't respect your spouse, you don't respect anybody. Like, I mean, I don't understand the concept, but we got men out here that disrespect women all the time. It could be the women that's sleeping in your bed. You disrespecting her by the way you speak, by the way you talk. You talk down to her. You curse at her. You make her like feel like trash. But in reality, you're a trash bag. But we got to stop these broken families, man. It's Real and Authentic with Antoine Smalls. A Friday night, we're going to have a discussion about purpose. We're going to be live again. I'm still putting out videos, but we're going to start doing these live videos, man. At least once a week. I'm going to schedule the next video for Friday night. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Look, Thanksgiving is tomorrow, man. I just want to say I'm thankful for my fiance. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for God that he's provided me with a home. And with everything that I've asked for him times 100, right? So, spend time with your family. Think about what you're thankful for. Be a blessing to others, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, man. I'm out. Real and Authentic with Antoine Smalls, man. Peace.